What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Select Start Radio. I am one of your hosts, DLB. We are recording this episode on May the 16th, 2024, episode 13. With
Whoa,
me,
whoa,
my
whoa,
co
whoa,
host
whoa,
from
whoa, 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 whoa. You're a time traveler. You're a time traveler.
What?
This is,
Today's not the 16th?
I thought you said 24. Oh, you said,
Did I say
oh,
that?
you said 16, 24. Got it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you. I was like, whoa. Where are you at? The 24th is not the year. 20. Got it.
And that is my co host, the amazing Hoodnerd.
What's up with it?
Yeah, we got a lot of news this week. A lot of news this week.
It's not boring.
Nah. So this because I have been I've had a few people hit me saying, "Yo, the episode's been a little short."
We had nothing to talk about.
So right, so it's
We're
like
not gonna be up here tap
sometimes
dancing.
it's gonna be like that.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to tap dancing. We're trying to figure it out. And also leave comments in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Like leave your critiques and feedback in the comment.
People are so hard
It
headed.
does nothing to text us. It does nothing. Like it's cool. It's like thanks, but then what can we do with like at least if you leave it on the comment, it's something that can be beneficial to us. It's it's still like traction. You know what I'm saying? So like texting doesn't do anything. It's like, all right, look into the camera more. It's like, okay, I'll do that. I'll work on that. But please leave feedback in the comments
Absolutely.
on socials. You know what I'm saying? Or YouTube or
Absolutely.
wherever
Yeah,
you
they
can.
want to see us look into their soul. They
Yeah.
like look into that.
We working on it.
Into that camera.
Again,
Look into my eyes.
For the critique that it might sound better on audio, it's like, well, yeah, we've been podcasting for a long time. We've been talking, we've been talking for a long time. So video for us is new. Everyday podcasting with video or every podcast with video is very new. So eye contact, those things will get better over time. With audio, yeah, we're crispy. We're pretty good when we talk, but yeah, the video shit is all so brand new. So bear with us, but yeah, if you have some
Brand new,
leave feedbacks in the feedback sections on the internet, please. It helps. That's not just people saying that though on videos. It really does help.
Yeah, for sure.
It's true.
Especially the comment section on YouTube. Shout out to everybody that watches on YouTube.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. So Helldivers is where we're starting off this week. Helldivers 2 is Sony's fastest selling game of all time, with over 12 million sold in 12 weeks. So that's an average of 1 million copies sold a week.
Did we talk about that bogus ass Helldivers situation that happened when they basically delisted it from hella PC players because they wanted people to sign up for the PlayStation Network, even though when they first launched the game, they didn't require PC players to sign up for the PlayStation Network. And there's some people that can't sign up for the PlayStation Network.
I personally never heard
of
that.
Oh, I saw.
Now, I heard of the fact when they were requiring people, or they were going to require PC gamers to sign up for a PlayStation Network account, and then they scrapped it. But I didn't hear about that though.
Yeah, they delisted it from Steam. It was off Steam for a little bit in like 100 and something countries because
like
of
literally off the Steam store or out of your library.
They were giving refunds. The community manager for Helldivers got laid off because they said something crazy like it's hella easy. It takes 27 seconds to like sign up for a PlayStation account or some shit, and then they got let go the next day. Because there's like places where people can't, they can't get a PlayStation account. You know what I'm saying? Like, but PlayStation was making people like sign up for accounts, so they had to backtrack on that shit. It was like,
I mean, I know that's what they're wanting because there's even another game that's getting ready to come out that they're saying that they're going to require.
So when you do it from the jump, cool, but it became like it was like a requirement, and like if you don't have it, you can't play the game. So like people were gonna like lose it. So they were refunding shit. It was crazy, and then they had to pull back. The game went from like the most popular game of all time to basically almost flaming out. It was the craziest situation in the last 2 weeks with Helldivers. Like it's insane. They say
that's why these motherfuckers gotta watch.
They better be lucky. They better be lucky that the game is still good and people still enjoy it. Because if this game was like on the fence, people would have left. But people, it definitely nosedive for a little bit because it was like hella people lost it, and people were just protesting it. They had to renege that shit. Like, nah, we're learning how to navigate the PC world. They put out a post on Twitter and shit. Like, go ahead, gamers, man. Voted with their pockets. Like, fuck
Yeah,
you.
I wish they do that shit more
They
often.
we should.
Shit.
We should. We don't.
Yeah.
With everything.
Madden,
With
NBA 2K,
everything.
like,
Everything.
come on.
Everything.
So, but you
We're
know,
consumers.
the only thing about those areas though, the unfortunate thing is like there's only one Madden, or excuse me, there's only one football game. There's only one
Then
basketball
don't
game. That's
play.
the thing that sucks when
Then
there's
don't
not
play. And
competition.
the problem is don't play. Don't play. I don't buy
But they
2K anymore.
hungry.
I don't buy Madden
I
anymore.
mean, I don't either,
You know what I'm saying?
but the hardcore that love basketball and
Don't
football
play.
games and that's all they
Don't
play.
play.
It's just I just
Wait for
wish there was
NBA
other.
Live to
That's why
come back.
competition is so
Wait
important.
for NBA Live to come back.
Are they doing it again?
I think they should. Honestly, I think
Okay.
now is time for the picking. You're bringing back college football. Let a new team of people come in and spice up live. We see what you see what 2K
I'm
is,
shocked
but
nobody went in that
you
direction.
see what 2K is doing. And you see what people want from 2K. Just be the antithesis to 2K. Do everything that 2K isn't
But
doing.
I'm shocked that 2K didn't, since they don't have access to a football game. I'm shocked they never went the college route.
They tried. They had college for
When?
a while. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, college.
Well, no, I mean like in recent days,
I think
since nobody
I
had
think the whole well, I think
since EA
well,
has
it
Madden
was a
on lock,
license.
I'm shocked
It
they
was a
didn't go that route.
license. It was a license thing. So the reason why no one had college because of the Bannon brother, that the license, the likenesses now. You know what I'm saying? Like now you got to pay the player. So like that whole legal thing. So they
Right.
couldn't do college football. So now with the NIL shit, they can pay the players to be in the game. So now we'll actually have real names in the game, which will be the first in college sports, a sports game where you'll have
Yeah,
like
history.
actual names of players. It won't be number 9. It'll be number 9, whoever number 9 is on that team. And they'll say the name in the game too. It won't just be like you won't have to guess who it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's really that guy. And obviously
Yeah,
not
I wonder
everybody's
how
gonna
they
be
go.
on
And
there.
that's a lot. That's what I was gonna say. That's a
No, and that's the
lot of
thing.
students.
Not everybody's gonna sign up for it because some players are gonna like Charles Barkley isn't in any video game because they don't
Right.
want to pay him. He doesn't feel like they pay enough for his likeness, so he's not gonna be in any video game, right? So like that's why he's not in 2K, or some players aren't in 2K or certain games because they feel like they're not getting cashed out enough. Same thing with college. You'll have some players in there and you have some players that's like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
That's why,
It'll be
and even
interesting.
that's a little tricky for me because, like, I thought that was the whole purpose of getting the damn, I just left my mind. The players, the NBA players. I forgot what the Players Association or whatever. I forgot what's their union called
For
for NBA.
the player association?
I think it's just called the Player Association. I forgot what the actual official name is, but I thought that was the whole purpose of getting a license to that, and so that you can get all the other NBA players, or that you can get all the NBA players' names. That's why that's always confused me how you can do it as an individual. But I was like, I thought that was the purpose of getting the
No, I don't think
NBA Players
yeah, but
Association
those are
license, so you
active
can get
players.
all the names.
I think those are active guys. Like he's not active. So he's like he's retired. So like they have to get like Jordan and they have to get Pippen and they have to get Rodman. They have to get them. So like I think maybe like Chris Paul and those guys because they're active. Like Anthony Edwards can be like I'm not going to be in the game. It's like no, you're in the game as soon as you sign for the NBA, right? So like if you're in
Right.
the league, I think you have domain over that. But like the older guys could be like Oscar Robinson might not be in the game, or you know what I'm saying. There's some players that's like
Right.
oh
Right.
they've
Right.
never been in the game. Like there's some other players if you look back you're like man, yeah, no, he's never been in the game or like these
Yeah.
players. Yeah,
No.
it's
Because I
quite a
remember
few
when Jordan wasn't.
for a while. Player
So,
99.
but
Player 99.
yeah. SG99 on
Player
mine. You
99.
know who that
He
is.
was fast as hell, boy. I was just playing it on my Steam Deck a couple months ago playing NBA Live 97.
But yeah, no. So Helldivers. It's Sony's fastest selling game.
It's doing
Prior
well.
to that, it was God of War Ragnarok, which hit 11 million copies in 75 days. Um, and one thing that has to be said uh, with these games is when God of War sold that fast, it was sold on both platforms, the
Yeah,
PS4 and the PS5, and even with this game, it's being sold on PlayStation and
PC.
PC simultaneously. So, so I can see why these games are selling quickly because it's a larger audience
Right.
compared to when games are just strictly exclusive to the platform. So my question, because Sony is seeing these sales, are they going to open this up to their other exclusive games when they launch? Are they going to try and launch them day and date, how they did with this one? Um,
No,
Another thing that I hope developers pay attention to. Well, let's talk about that.
no. Helldivers is like a 2A or like a, they didn't expect this to happen. And I think this is a part of their live service initiative. So I think, um, all the games, like they just talked about Concord, is coming out this year or 2025, if I'm not mistaken. So it's either this year or 2025, whatever. That's another live service game that's coming to console and PC. So I think they'll continue with the live service trend of putting out games that can make them money on both platforms after
So,
they
what's
launch.
Destiny's next game?
Destiny will be they have another expansion. I'm back. I'm coming back. I'm coming home. I heard it's good
But
again, and I'm
what's
coming
the
home.
next game that they're working on though?
Marathon,
Oh yeah, Marathon.
marathon.
So, do you think that's going to launch day and date on PC?
Yeah, but Bungie like its own. They're like their own thing. So like, yeah, it's gonna launch on all platforms, day and date. It's gonna be like a global launch. If
Because
the
I think
if
like
the
they're
switch
I think maybe the single
if the
player
new
games
switch
won't.
if the new switch is good enough, I'm pretty sure at some point that game will be on Switch for sure. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be everywhere. So yeah, that's already
Yeah,
out the
and
box.
I feel that I feel that
I think they said that when they bought Bungie, that Bungie was
I
gonna
feel
still
like
make
this I feel like
multi-platform
the
games.
single player games aren't gonna go multi-platform day and date.
That's the games. So
But
Your Last of Us 3, your Ghost of Tsushima, your Horizon, they'll come later. They'll come like a year and a half later. You know what I'm saying? Or depending how good their Nexus and whoever else they buy to convert these games into PC titles, whoever that is, because that's a way more strenuous process than just porting the console, right? Because consoles are optimized, PCs all over the place. You got to work with Intel, Nvidia, AMD, you know what I'm saying, so forth and so on. So drivers, the whole shebang. You know what I'm saying? So whoever they get to work with the PC stuff, maybe they'll get more people to work on these games and they'll start coming out faster. But I just think transitioning from console to PC is going to take a little longer for the first party games. And I think they want to flex out,
yeah,
and they still want to brag about the console, right? Like if you bring everything to PC, what is the point of having a PlayStation for a PlayStation owner? And I think that's the Xbox conundrum, right? Is like that's what Xbox is going through, and it's like, yeah, if you give,
well, I just think that you're still gonna have a large market of people. Point in case when you look at the numbers of the Switch, when you look at the numbers of PlayStation, that just still want that console experience. Like they don't want to play on PC
true
for
facts, yeah,
whatever
no, for
reason.
sure,
They don't want to do mouse and keyboard. So I think you're always going to have that group of people that you're going to be able to sell to because if you ever notice with Sony and Microsoft when they announce these games, they'll always say console exclusive.
sure,
It's almost kind of like they look at the PC like its own, almost
yeah,
kind of like how we look at the
they're not
Switch. It's
competing
like
with
this. It's
PC.
like your second,
Yeah, but they're
right?
not. They're not. I
So
don't think they're going to give up their exclusives to their console exclusives. Um, Again, like the big first party games. I just don't see God of War going day and date. Like to
well, this is gonna be so. This is a great transition,
yeah,
right? Sony just announced two new CEOs,
interesting.
right? First time we've ever seen anything like this ever.
So interesting.
Um, So there's a new
I called
there's
Herman.
two new people in charge.
Herman would have been my choice. I called Herman. If I would have
uh,
said it now, I would have been like, he's getting groomed for it. He moved up. Like we saw his rise through the joint. I was like, oh yeah,
mhm.
he's next in line. If it isn't somebody like Eric Limpel, it's got to be like Herman or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, but the Hideki, I didn't see Hideki coming, which is interesting.
Right. So now with two new CEOs, the company could go in a totally different direction. And I remember when Sony was talking about when they had their financial call. I think that was like late February, early March, and they pretty much were talking about moving, more of their games over to PC and even seeing some launch day and date. And I think with them seeing the success
But
and with all these companies
but here,
these days, like it's like everybody's focused on money right
words
now.
words are very coded. They're saying moving some of the
Absolutely.
Ghost of Tsushima just came out on PC very recently, so they could be talking about older PlayStation titles that aren't on PC that people never got to experience. Start bringing those over
Well,
too,
I'm sure
and I
those are
think
coming
so too.
too.
So like, I mean, well, Ghost just got ported, right? So like, Ghost One just got ported. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big one,
Hmm.
right? So like, we could see like, I mean, Days Gone got there. So I'm trying to think of some other PS4 games that never made it. The one I think that would be a first party title, but it would be a shocker, but people don't understand it's already a live service, is Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I'm really shocked that
It's already a live
that
service.
there hasn't even been any word of it coming, which is shocking to me.
I
Um,
mean, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would be kind of like, oh, okay. That's kind of cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it is one of
at
PlayStation's
this point,
biggest.
to me, once God of War went, anything's on the
I
table.
can see GT coming. It would be pretty cool to have GT in the
Yeah.
PC
At this point, I won't be shocked to see anything on PC
because it would
anymore.
open up.
Once God of War went over there, because that's one of their legacy
Yeah,
exclusives. Once they put that on PC, I was like, oh, anybody could get it. Anybody can get it. What Little Big Planet, y'all going to like anybody can get it. So
they just need to use that AI.
speaking on these two CEOs, this is the first time I've ever seen that
Yeah,
in any industry, tech, entertainment. Like
I was like,
I've never seen two CEOs simultaneously. Like what you previously working for the brand,
yeah.
and both of us following the brand for so long. What is your take on why they're going with two separate CEOs?
Um, if I had to guess, um, Sony is a Japanese owned company, and I feel like Japan might have felt left out over the years, if I had to guess, based on like just working there and like, you know what I'm saying? Like just working there, kind of like Japan got boxed out in a lot of things in a lot of ways. And it's probably been like that for a long time where like they haven't had any like I guess they've had say, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like they weren't the dominant region anymore. So I'm assuming Sony stepped in and was like, nah, fuck that, Jack. We throwing back in some, you know what I'm saying? We throwing y'all ran it cool for a while, but Herman's doing this thing, but we gonna have Hideki over here doing this thing. You feel me? Like we gonna so we've allowed one person to kind of dominate two fields. How about we have one person focus on one side of the business and the other person gets to focus on the fun side of the business. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what it is. Like, Herman, you're great and we love you for like the games and worldwide studios and developing culture and the gaming and all that shit, but you might not be the numbers guy. While Hideki might be the guy for like the business side to grow the brand and like you know what I'm saying. So I think that could be what they're going at. But I just feel like Japan, Sony, because remember PlayStation is Sony, stepped in and was like, nah, like we gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Like we definitely gonna do this a different way. It's interesting. I've never seen it. It's a very
Yeah,
for I don't know if it's forward thinking or if it's gonna hurt them in the long run. Cause like it could be a stress thing, right? Cause like the CEOs could be overworked and stressed out. You know what I'm saying? It could be a very stressful job. You know what I'm saying? And you don't you're spread thin, right? For a global brand, the biggest global brand on the planet. So like maybe now with two heads, you can divide and conquer as long as they're on the same page, right? Like John
yeah.
Lynch,
I
Kyle
that but
Shanahan style,
that's
you
the
know?
thing of
So
having two CEOs
yeah.
though. Why two? Like if anything, have your CEO and then have two people underneath him that are then do it. Because I mean, for
And again,
I
we'll
don't
see
even
how
want to
long
slaughter
this
his name. How do you pronounce his name? The Asian guy.
Hideki Japanese. Hideki
I mean, yeah.
Nishano? Yeah, Nishano?
So he's heading Sony Entertainment Interactive platform business, and then
I mean I just I'm going off what I how I feel. I didn't even know. Tell me more.
yep, and
So
then
sounds about right.
Herman is leading the studio business group.
Because he came from Worldwide. He comes from Gorilla. He
So
comes from
pretty much he's handling.
games. Games and the growth of the
Mhm.
business studio wise, bruh's handling like corporate shit, like the numbers and internal corporate business and expanding PlayStation brand
So
probably in a bigger market. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so Hideki is handling pretty much exclusive studios, and
mm,
to symbolize it, Hideki is pretty much handling the exclusive studios, and then uh, Herman is handling third party and
so it might have got too big. It might
the
have
entertainment store, the app store.
so he's
So
Herman's in charge
so
of
to go along with what you're
Herman's in charge
saying,
of like like he's also gonna be a part of like the movie shit, all that shit too. With yeah,
to
her.
go along with what you're saying, I feel like I feel because once this happened and I was just reflecting and like why would Sony do this? Why would they go in this direction? And then I started to think about Microsoft, and I don't think people understand that Microsoft itself before Bethesda was a pretty big studio. Like your Halos, your Gears, your Fables, your Forzas. Like as a CEO of Xbox, that's a lot to maintain. Then they brought on Bethesda, and that's even bigger. Then you bring on Activision Blizzard, which is bigger than Bethesda and Xbox combined.
Yeah.
Like I don't think people understand how monumental, how huge Xbox is now. So when you do that and then you just have one CEO, Phil Spencer, trying to figure out all of what's going on, like that's why I'm almost certain that the heads of like obviously Phil Spencer's a face, so he's gonna get the fair share of the blame, but I'm almost certain that Microsoft CEOs and CFOs have gotten involved with these monumental purchases because this like it's huge what's going on there, and I think Sony is kind of getting ahead of it, and they're like, and to be fair to them, their house is big as well, so they're like, you know what, we need two CEOs, and that might be something that Microsoft want to look into for the Xbox brand, because again, they're monumental in size now. The purchase of Activision Blizzard that's
No,
like
it's
I said, that's
crazy.
bigger than
Anything.
Xbox and
No, it's bigger
Bethesda
than Marvel.
combined.
It was bigger. I
Like,
think people don't realize it was bigger than what Disney paid for Marvel and Star
well,
Wars.
not
And
even
Star Wars.
the money wise, but just the pure. Because I was also listening to this one of the former employees of Microsoft that uh, was there during the 360 launch, and he was saying, when we launched the 360, he was like there was like a few hundred of us, and he was like, that he was like Bungie, he was like Epic wasn't a part of Microsoft, but they were a part of Microsoft at that time, and then the guys doing the Forza series,
Turn
and he was
10.
like, it was only a few hundred of us that launched. He was like, Microsoft now. He was like, there's over 30,000 employees now
Yeah, it's
for
the same
just
thing. Yeah.
Xbox, and that's huge. Like that's not small. So it's like I could see how like how you were saying earlier, that could be a lot on one person. I could see Phil needing some help.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I wouldn't be shocked if Microsoft went
you
in that direction. They may not call it two CEOs, but having more help there for sure,
no,
because that's a lot to be
it's
managing.
definitely interesting. I mean, I can't recall a company doing that in any industry,
Right.
right? So I don't know. I've never.
Ever. I mean, because even when you look at Sony, at the like Sony, the overall Sony, there's only one CEO, and they're dealing with way more than just
Right.
PlayStation. They
It
got
has to.
like they got the television brand, the so on
It
and so
just
forth.
had.
We know how big Sony is, so
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a little bit of like, nah, we gonna inject ourselves, and we know we putting it back in the mix a little bit. Like
and I wonder how much of it is babysitting.
man, it's power plays, man. Like,
Like, hey, we got to have one of our own over there
yeah,
keeping an eye out on what's going on.
yeah, I think so for sure.
So,
And it's not even like it's if you just look at the how Sony's been ran for the last since the PS3, like after they kind of bungled the PS3, after that it was Jack Trenton, it was Sean Layden,
mhm.
it's Jim Ryan, and it's like all right, kind of like what still say, but and then those guys have been getting the credit for like turning it around. You know what I'm saying? It's like nah, man, like
Right.
slow down, shawty, hold on. But art,
I mean, I do feel once they started to let the reins go and let America kind of run stuff, at least the PlayStation Network definitely got a whole lot better.
yeah, but then it did, but then the brand got a little saturated, right? So like it lost a lot of what Nintendo still does. Like um they used to take chances on games and studios from Japan or like make games that were different and cool. We don't have it anymore. All the games are like the same now. If it's not from an American, Western studio like Santa Monica or what you call them, you're not really getting a lot of games out the Japan. You know what I'm saying? So you're not getting a lot of Japanese games anymore. Like so, it, unless you're playing third
But
party,
is that because their type of games aren't that popular
fuck
anymore?
that, Russ. That don't matter. I think you still gotta support the region. You know what I'm saying? Like you still have to give some kind of support. I mean, that's like Nintendo still makes games that they're not like American centric. You know what I'm saying? It's a Japanese company making games that people just love. Like you know what I'm saying? So those are even just the way they present themselves. I mean, Yakuza. I mean, well, like a Dragon now is one of the most popular franchises on the planet, and it's a Jap. So it's like it's still there. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the games still resonate. It's just Sony just went all in on like making movie games, and I think they need to diversify. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. It could be a few things with them, but I definitely feel like it's a power play. Like you said, we got somebody we have stake in the claim now. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've definitely had Japanese coworkers feel boxed out at work. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like they get in the way it was kind of like that kind of happened a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Just because regionally when we went global it was just hard. Certain teams just didn't work. You know what I'm saying? It was times, but I can see it. I can definitely see it, and it's probably needed. So yeah,
And it could be a shift. It could be a change because I mean, there was a point in time where Japan was running everything,
yeah, it's
and
theirs.
there wasn't that many developers
Yeah,
in the Western markets
yeah.
compared to how
Is
it is
now,
now.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, it wasn't Europe and America weren't dominating video games. It was Japan that created all of this. I mean, for us, like, I mean, yes, Atari is an American company, but like, a lot of this shit, Nintendo is, we think of Nintendo as the spark. You know what I'm saying? Sega, Nintendo, they sparked it. You know what I'm saying? They're the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really did spark that thing. And then the PlayStation was Michael Jordan. It came in and was like it took over. And the PlayStation 2 was really like the, you know what I'm saying? Like it took off. And it made video games, and then the Wii and the Switch, and then here we are. But it got corporatized. So uh yeah, it's interesting how it's gonna play out with the two CEOs. I'm curious to see how it plays out.
Yeah, no, I am as well. So, but we gonna see.
Yeah, we gonna see.
um, but keeping it on Sony has shipped 5 times more PlayStations than the Xbox Series X and S during the last
And
quarter.
they still
Five
and
times.
they're down.
Right.
That think about that. And
Right.
PlayStation's down. Was it like they're down in sales? And they're still selling 5 times more than the competitor, and they're talking about, man, we not selling well. Closing studios.
Yes, it says the article states this week. This article comes from IGN. It says this week Sony announced it had shipped 4.5 million PS5 units during the 3 month period ending in March 31st, 2024, down from the projected 6.3 million it had shipped the same period the previous year. So they were down about 2 million from last year.
Economy.
So, and it
And on
says Microsoft
and no games.
definitely no games.
Helldivers. I mean, Helldivers is tight. It's probably moving units now, but no one saw. It wasn't like the game that was on everybody's list to buy a console for. So it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think nobody buying a console for Helldivers now.
Yeah, it says Microsoft said Xbox hardware revenue declined 31% during the quarter, predicting more declines to come.
Mm,
Um, so,
damn,
yeah, man.
Sega dog.
But that I think that's why you're seeing the initiative that you're seeing now with them becoming, putting everything everywhere and becoming more software based than hardware. So, like I said, I think they're still gonna come. They've even said they're already working on the next Xbox, so that's gonna still come out next year.
Yeah,
Um,
Sega worked on the
but
Dreamcast too.
yeah, so um,
Damn, man.
yeah, they're definitely becoming more software than anything, which is their DNA.
Sega.
Uh, but let's see what else do we have here. Um, oh yes, the most downloaded PS5 games for the month of April. Um, shout out to you guys. Actually, there was a few comments on some of the posts saying that that you guys like hearing the statistics and the data. So we will keep that going for you guys. So this week, for the month of April, let me see. They have a total of 20. I'm not going to do all 20. I will
Are
do.
you a hater?
We'll do the top 10. Um, let me see. Where's just the plain?
Let
They
me see.
hate when they do it like that. They just do a freaking top 10. Let me see what this says. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here's the easier list. Goodness gracious. Okay, so last time I had the EU and US. This time I have the same one. People enjoyed that as well, being able to see what the different countries are playing. It was trending in different countries, and uh, this list is the month of April is a whole lot different than what it was for the month of March. Like the month of March, we were pretty much on par with a lot of games. This time around, yeah, it was a huge shift. So this is U.S. and Canada, uh, and then EU. So the top downloaded game for the U.S. was Helldivers 2, um, and the top selling game for EU was Sea of Thieves. The second best selling game for April for the U.S. was Stellar Blade. The second best selling game in the EU was Grand Theft Auto 5. The third best selling for US was um, um, the third best selling for US was Sea of Thieves, and for the EU was Helldivers 2. The fifth best selling in the US was Modern Warfare 3, and for the EU, Stellar Blade. The sixth best selling for the US was The Show 24, and for EU, Modern Warfare 3. The seventh best selling for us, or for the US, what that is us, is Grand Theft Auto 5, and for EU, FC Soccer 24, or excuse me, EA Sports FC 24.
Yeah, FC 24.
Um,
What's going down? The new one's about to come out soon.
and then in seventh, it's NBA 2K 24 for the US. For the EU, Top Spin 2K25. To put that in
Nice.
perspective,
It's a fire game too.
Top Spin isn't even in the top 20 for US most
Tennis ain't
downloaded.
respected in the U.S. Top Spin's a good game. It's one of the games I was a part of. Not that game. Not this one. Older ones. Two. Top Spin 2.
In eighth for the US is WWE 24 or WWE 2K24.
But
And for EU,
okay.
Grounded.
No, I was gonna say WWE 24 is US is okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And then ninth in the US is Grounded. For the EU, It Takes Two, and then 10th for the US is
Dragon's Dogma.
Dragon Dogma 2. I couldn't see that. And then for the EU was Fallout 4. So it is very interesting to see the differences in the US and EU. And this list is
I vote we do Steam next. We add Steam next week.
Actually, do you have Steam up now?
I do actually. I do. Stats. Top sellers.
Let's see.
Oh yeah. Well, this is. Oh yeah. Whenever you're ready.
So for Steam, their top sellers, number one is Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut.
Yep.
Well, now this is so what I have up is top sellers all products.
Yeah. You just exclude the Steam Deck.
Because the Steam Deck is
just
number
do
two.
the games. Just do the just exclude the Steam Deck. I'm looking at the same thing. Just leave the Steam Deck off of it.
So
technically,
Counter-Strike 2 would be number 2.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike is always one of the top.
Well, this is the new one.
I mean, it's free to play.
Well,
it's always one.
Well, this
of
is
the
the new
top.
Counter-Strike. Well, newish. It's not Go. It's the newest one. It's been out like, I forget how long it's been out. A year, 2 year.
So they had a new update then.
No. It's a new game.
Date shows August 21st, 2012.
Unless this is unless I'm tripping, because I know they came out with a new game, because it was Go, and then, unless they just did an update for 2, and that's what they did.
Yeah, because Counter-Strike 2 has been.
I think they just updated
forever.
2. Then that's what it was.
Okay.
They must have just updated 2.
Yeah, I can see that they came out with some.
Yeah, they added like new smoke and new effects and shit.
Yeah,
that's what it was, and hence why it's up.
Right.
Okay.
Uh, Cyberpunk is in third. Um, American Truck Simulator is in. So, are you not into those? I know you. I know you got your
Um,
your your rig set up and
I'm
stuff like
not
that.
set
Are
up to
those not?
drive. I'm not set up to drive trucking. I'd have to like.
Yeah, I've seen somebody's rig for
So they
that. I
have
was like,
so they
yo, you
have
really gotta love this
no,
game for
people
this
do.
rig.
People really do love people
Yeah,
love that.
man, it's
No, people got
crazy.
crazy people have I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at the thing, try not to choke myself. People have crazy truck driving rigs, but Moza has a wheel now that's like a truck driving wheel, so you can like it's the round circle wheel, like a bus driver wheel. So like you can kind of like tilt your rim up and like so if you got your screens proper, you driving, so it feels like you really driving a bus, you know what I'm saying, or a truck. And then if you got the shifter, you really could get busy with the shifter. But yeah, I haven't necessarily gotten to a truck driving simulator, but it's become really popular though. Really popular. Um, I
Hmm.
mean, 4.99. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's how
Yeah,
Steam
that's
be
how I
getting
get
you,
you.
man.
And you know anything. If it's driving, I'll try it. So yeah. I mean,
Because it's normally $20. It's on sale
I
right
mean
now for
that's why
4.99,
Cyberpunk is up.
75%
Cyberpunk
off.
is up because it's on sale, 50% off, $29 right now.
Yeah,
So
cyber. Yeah. Hmm. And even the next game on the list is Baldur's Gate 3, um, which is on sale as well,
overwhelmingly
15%
positive.
off.
All reviews, 122,499 views for American Truck Driver Simulator. It came out 2000, February 2nd, 2016. Recently, it has 1,400 reviews. Overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah,
Damn.
and then Destiny 2 is on the
Yeah, it's
list.
back. It's up.
Hellades 2 is on the list. Helldivers 2. So let's see, one,
Hades.
two, three, four,
Hades and
five, six,
Helldivers.
7, 8. So Helldivers is 2 or 8 on the
Yeah.
list on Steam. Um, and then Elden Rings is 9, and then last is Fallout 76 um, on Steam. So yeah, Steam is always drastically different, but Steam also be having some amazing sales too at the same time that shoot a game up their list. But
It's crazy. The UK
uh,
is pretty similar. Um,
mm,
it's Ghost. It's Counter Strike. It's Cyberpunk. It's American Truck Driver Simulator. It's Baldur's Gate. Hades 2, Destiny 2, and Stellaris would be the other one, and then V Rising. But it's pretty similar. Fallout 76. So it's pretty equal on Steam. What about global? PUBG is in the global Dota 2. But yeah, I mean, pretty much the same games around the world are being like that's why they're selling globally.
so next up in news, we have Xbox is finally getting a feature that PlayStation gamers has had for years. Now, crazy enough, I didn't even know that Microsoft didn't have this feature. Um, and to be fair, I didn't even know if PlayStation had this feature. I just noticed it a couple of days ago when I got on my PlayStation. And I saw it was either a Fortnite update or a Call of Duty update, but the update was already downloaded, but it was saying it wasn't going to install until the following day. And pretty much the feature that Microsoft is getting that PlayStation has had for a while now is pre-downloading updates. The same way if you buy a game at a pre-download on your console, if you've pre-ordered it at a pre-download on your console 3 days before the game comes out. Um, well, what Sony's a feature that Sony's had for quite some time is when there's a huge update coming out, at a pre-download the update the day before the update comes out. That way, once midnight hits, it'll install, and you don't have to wait until. So that's a dope feature that Microsoft now has is they will pre-download large updates so that it's already ready to go once midnight hits. So shout out to Microsoft for adding that feature.
Shout out to
Um,
Sony for beating them to the punch.
yeah, that's I mean one of the reasons I have my console in always on mode is so that
Yeah, updates in the background.
it would update because it typically there's I want to say it's like around 2 or 3 in the morning my console turns on like clockwork because I'll hear the beep and I'm like what the
I turned
hell
the beep off.
and it'll turn on and start downloading whatever updates there are to download. Um, but yeah, so you're one of the you one of the people that turned off the beep, huh?
It was on, but it's just low, like
Hmm.
low, like faint, like you can't even really hear it, like because it was like okay, all right, man. You know what? Nah, yeah, I turned that down. Turned it down.
Yeah,
Turned it down.
I kept mine. I kept mine where it's at. I haven't messed with it at all.
Oh yeah,
I just left it
turned
alone.
it down. It barely can hear it. Very faint.
Madden NFL 25 release date leaked ahead of reveal.
Oh,
Um, so it's supposed to be coming out on August 12th. Excuse me, uh, August 16th. And then EA Play gets early access August
it's
12th.
gonna be the same game it was
So
last year.
if you have the if you have the EA Play, if you subscribe to EA Play, you'll be able to start playing it on the
If you
12th of
just play the
August.
one you have last year, it'll be the same game. You'll be fine, but you're not gonna do it.
I mean, so yes
The
and no.
AI is gonna be
Unfortunately,
smarter
because
this year.
they
Bullshit.
shit.
We
They don't stop
25,000 more
updating.
animations. Then you get the same catch every time. Like, oh, okay, thanks, man.
Man, same catch, same
Bro,
touchdown
oh, the
celebration.
Patrick Mahomes is fucked up. Come.
Man, everybody over here, Superman diving, passing the ball. But yeah, no, yeah, no, that's pretty much the difference is they continue to that you don't get no more updates no more. That's really what you're
It's a
missing,
roster
which is
update.
a
It's a
major part of the
glorified
game.
roster update with a new paint, with a slightly better coat of paint every time. Slightly better. Look at the helmets this time.
What I don't know is if the community, because I know the community, you can download community rosters. So I don't know if you're still able to do that
Hmm.
once the new one comes out. Because if the community just continues to update the rosters in their game and you just download their
I mean, that's what people
rosters,
would do with
then
2K5 on PC. Like, I thought about playing that. To be fair, I thought about getting 2K on PC because people are all pro football. People update the rosters, so they like update modern rosters. They take the time to do the balancing, the whole thing, and then you play. I'm like, yeah, I might do that. I might buy one of the old school ones and play that with a modern roster, and then just mod it and get them. You know what I'm saying? Make it look all crispy. Because I think there's mods for a lot of them that make them look really good. So yeah, because Madden be on that bullshit.
Assassin's Creed Shadows, have you seen it?
I have, I have. Pretty cool.
Now, what's your take?
I mean, it's probably gonna be the same game because Ubisoft only knows how to make one game. Um, which is basically like Far Cry Creed. They're all the same game. Uh, so I'm excited for the character. I love I'm a sucker for the setting. And they're dealing with the first the first black samurai. So that's really cool. So yeah, I'm all in on that. He's actually my avatar on
So
Steam.
you gonna pick it up?
It depends. I mean, they showed a what we like to call a target trailer. Um, nah, I ain't seen nothing yet.
You
So
know how I feel about
yeah,
those.
so I kind of want to see what the game is about. I like the things that they said about the world from what I heard. That it's going to be smaller. It's going to be more focused, like Origins, which was the last great Assassin's Creed game, kind of, which was the last one in Egypt. Um, the Greece was good too, but Egypt I think was better. Um, yeah, I mean, hopefully it's focused and it's a cool environment and you get to do some cool stuff between the characters. I don't know how I want to see how they do the story, whether you get to pick him or her. Obviously, that's how it works in Assassin's Creed games because they have a female and a male protagonist. So it's gonna be interesting to see how their stories cross and gives it
This is pretty
replayability.
much their Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I mean it's their shot. I mean everybody's gonna go that way now, right? Like everybody's gonna go that way
After
now. I mean
seeing
I think they got
success.
another one too. They got the open world Assassin's Creed game that they're coming out with that's set in like feudal Japan. Like it's called Red or something like that. It's supposed to be like open world where we're all like assassins or something like that. But yeah, everybody's doing Ghost hit and and now Shogun's popular, right? So like that rise is back up. I like it.
Yeah, so the game is supposed to launch November 15th this year for PS5, Series X and S, and PC and Amazon Luna. So
Bless you.
I'm definitely, but I know they're going to show some more. I know they're going to show some more
Says
gameplay.
something. Says something that sound like a sneeze. Amazon. Excuse me.
Amazon Luna.
Bless you again. No,
Um,
nobody. Ain't nobody over there. Let me not say
um,
that. They might want to
but
give me a job.
to
Sorry,
answer your question in regards to the in regards to
my
the
lights done went on.
girl,
We've been talking so long. Lights done died.
it says Shadows is solely a single player game, but players can switch between the two
So
characters at will.
they're doing Grand Theft Auto. So this is different than for Assassin's Creed because Assassin's Creed has been like you get to pick um one character, but they're either male or female version of that character, and they have like slightly different. Now it's like, oh, it's a story they're telling. Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
And then now that I think about it, I totally forgot we're in May, so uh, this is pretty much just to get people prepared for their
Yeah,
conference
everything's coming.
in
Yeah, it's
June.
coming. It's
So yeah, we're probably about to get a hella CG
we about to
trailers
get a
from.
lot of trailers because 2025, 2026 is the year of like the return of investment in that. So like a lot of things are coming. So like they got to show off a lot of shit. So like all these companies are gonna be.
Yeah, I even saw that the Rockstar or that well yeah Rockstar um, is confirming that GTA is going to be coming out fall of
Yeah,
2025
for sure.
because there were rumors that it was getting pushed back.
No,
So
they
I
gonna
don't.
show a trailer at some point within the next 5 months because they're not gonna do it during E3 season. That's just not like them. But it'll be after, and it'll be after all that cools down when they got their own space, and they're gonna drop the trailer just to let you know it's coming out in like 4 months, 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Like March or whatever. If even if it's coming out in September of next year, it's just gonna let people know like you know what I'm saying? It's coming. Like, and it also gonna let the industry know like don't come out around that time. Move out the way. Don't unless your game unless you got a banger, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Unless your shit fire, don't do it. Don't come out around that game. Let it be.
You wouldn't
Let
want
it
to.
be. People that don't play video games play that game. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Hmm.
different monster, man. It's a for whatever reason, it's a cultural game. People love that game. I don't know why. I know why.
So a game that I had been kind of looking forward to. I was curious to see what direction they were going to take this game in. Has unfortunately been canceled. We're still keeping it on Ubisoft. Ubisoft cancels the Division Heartland.
Oh yeah, I can see that coming.
Um, yeah, well,
Yeah, I can see that coming.
yeah, because it had been a while since have they talked or said anything about the game. It says Ubisoft has canceled. This article is also coming from IGN.com. It says Ubisoft has canceled its upcoming free to play shooter Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland, aimed
At your
largely
wallets.
aimed larger plans to focus resources on. They definitely that's a typo. Um, this news was revealed as part of as Ubisoft's earning release call this morning, which wasn't this morning. This was on May the 15th. The company says it has redeployed resources to bigger opportunities such as X Defiant and Rainbow Six. The move is a part of a larger, longer process Ubisoft has been undergoing in recent quarters to restructure its teams, cut costs, and concentrate on its resources into fewer, bigger games. So, what's interesting to me is let me read this next part. It says Ubisoft offered the following statement on the cancellation. After careful consideration, I swear they all start with that same fucking line. After careful consideration, we have made the tough call to halt development of Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland, effective immediately. Our priority now is to support the talented team members at our Red Storm Entertainment studio who will be transitioning to new projects within our company, including X Defiant and Rainbow Six. Um, Now, my question is, are they coming out with the new Rainbow Six? Because to me, it's about that time. It's about their time for them to come out with the new Rainbow Six. So I'm
No,
hoping that's what they're working
no.
on. Hoping. Uh,
See,
and then X Defiant. I mean, we're still waiting to see what the hell is about to happen with that game. Um, but uh, but what also scares me is the team that they are moving to those two games is the large team that was behind the division. So my question is, are they done with the division? Now, Red Storm Entertainment isn't the only team that was behind the division. It was Massive Entertainment was the head studio behind the division, but Red Storm Entertainment was a huge. They pretty much did all the character design.
yeah, I mean
So
they'll
I
find
don't know if
they'll
they're.
find somebody else to do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if they're gonna go with another studio or what the case is. We haven't heard anything about Division 3. Division 2 has been making a shit ton of money for them, so it's almost a no brainer that a Division 3 is somewhere around the corner. But I don't know. Let me see. Let me do a quick Google. Yeah, the first thing when I pull up Division 3, they're literally talking about Heartland getting canceled. So um,
Oh damn! Uh, I didn't. Go ahead. Let's finish this, and I segue into that one before we're done. I just saw that.
actually, so this article comes from IGN. It was posted September 21st, 2023. Ubisoft announces Tom Clancy's Division 3. I super missed that. Ubisoft has confirmed Tom Clancy's Division 3 is now in development at Massive Entertainment.
Fuck the division. Where's
Uh,
Splinter Cell?
the Swedish
God
studio
damn.
currently.
Where's Splinter Cell?
Star Wars hasn't came out, right? That Star Wars Outlaw
Nah, that
game, that
hasn't come
hasn't
out
came out
yet.
yet, right?
No, that's the next game for Massive.
Okay. Because I was gonna say that's what they've been working
Where is
on.
Splinter Cell?
Which I'm curious to see.
Damn.
They haven't made a Splinter Cell in a minute. Wait,
Yes.
is that
Yes.
Ubisoft? Was that was just an Xbox exclusive then?
Yeah, but it's a Ubisoft game though. It was just their. It was their. They were trying to combat uh Metal Gear. But shit, we way past that. Bring that back.
Um,
Are any of those on PC?
so
Um, while you're looking for what you're looking for, uh,
Yeah, I was looking at this. It says Ninja. It says Tom Clancy Splinter Cell was originally Xbox exclusive, but eventually it was released on other platforms. So, because um, yeah, they haven't said anything about
and
Splinter
A
Cell.
ages, but outside of putting them in a couple fucking weak ass DLCs and a mobile game and X Defiant, nothing. And it's like, bruh, Splinter Cell, what are you doing? But they not gonna do it. They weird. Um, yeah, no. I don't know why they haven't made a Splinter Cell game.
So um, according to this was published April 5th of this year. Um, so it says Splinter Cell fans are getting excited about a possible update on the remake. So I didn't even know there was a remake that was announced. But it says a Ubisoft Forward showcase is happening in June, which we were just talking about, and Ubisoft Toronto may be teasing an appearance by Sam Fisher. It says it's been more than 2 years since Ubisoft announced that the original Splinter Cell is getting a full remake. Of course it fucking is, Tay, because this is the fucking generation of
Yeah.
remakes. Have I not been saying
So
that bullshit?
I'm
Like,
I'm okay with that for this game
so,
because that game is old as shit. Like Splinter Cell came out in
uh,
09, 08, 03.
would you prefer a remake or a new Splinter Cell?
If they're just reintroducing the character, because one, it's like, all right, here's the thing, and I'm gonna shoot him some bail. Michael Ironside is getting hella old. I don't know if he'll be able to play Sam anymore, and he's very iconic to the character of Sam Fisher. His voice, his, you know what I'm saying. So they might be doing a remake to like cast a new actor to kind of like pacify the fans, because if Michael Iron listen, when Michael Ironside wasn't Sam Fisher, people were pissed, just like when David Hayter wasn't fucking Snake. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So it could be one of those things. And this game came out in '03, but this is an original Xbox title. So this is one of the games that we were talking about they should remake. They're actually doing the right thing. This game came out in 2003. What is that? 21 years old. It probably has wacky mechanics, so like they could give this a very dope twist. And it was a very cool game for its time. It was. So I'm not mad at Splinter Cell getting a remaster if they do it right.
I mean, this would be a real remake,
Yes,
so I will
I think
give
they
them
got to
that.
make
This
this
will
one right
be
because they'll
what
piss
I
off
consider a real
fans
remake.
with this. You can't fuck this one over. You know what I'm saying? Like Splinter Cell has a fan base. Honestly, they could make them. What game was that had the multiplayer in it? That was one of the. It was so. It's such a good multiplayer. I forgot what game that was with the
Uh,
multiplayer. The spies. It was so good. Like they could literally make that into a multiplayer game right now, and it would probably sell really good. I'm sorry, I was looking at Splinter Cell over here, but like, man, Splinter Cell,
no, you're good.
reminiscing.
So here's to in June them saying that
Maybe they'll show Splinter
they're
Cell.
gonna bring
Maybe they'll
remake
show
a
Splinter
remake.
Cell at their conference. Maybe that'll be their big thing. You know, maybe that'll be their big thing. Is like we're finally gonna show you this remake of Splinter Cell, and maybe Ironside will be in this. Who knows? I think people would be excited if he was to hear his voice one more time.
Um, so yeah, no, so we might be we might be seeing that next
I like
month.
that. I
Uh,
like that a lot.
and then the last piece of news that we have for this week is the unfortunate layoffs from Square Enix. Square Enix is laying off employees in the U.S. and the EU. Just in case if anybody doesn't know what EU is, we've been using that's Europe. Um, so uh, it's a current trend that we've been seeing in the industry. It feels like more so this year than any other year. Like has been like flooded. Like, and I'm talking about large numbers. They laid off more than 1,900 and 1,900 employees. That's a
It's
lot
a
of
lot of people.
people. Like normally when they have these layoffs, it's like a few, couple of hundred. This year, these layoffs from all these different companies has just been massive. I mean, 1,900 people. That's that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. I wish them all the best. Hopefully, they land on their feet. The crazy part about it, and even with you, is like I think when people we are so desensitized this generation, the world that we live in now, we are so desensitized. I remember when you used to hear about people getting laid off, and it was just like, oh my god, like
Yeah, it's
it
tragic.
was more of
You
a
felt for your job and your fellow person and all that shit.
absolutely.
No, now it's just common practice.
But I feel so bad for all these people, you included, because it's like, although I know you didn't want to be there, it's like you still want to leave on your own accord, not being forced out. And these people have families. I mean, and statistics show like how many people in the United States, but um, are just living paycheck to paycheck. So you just never know how hardcore this may be affecting these people that are getting laid off. Some people have it better than others. Some people have spouses or significant others that can hold down the fort until they bounce back. Some of these people are single parents or or just single period. So I that's why anytime I hear stuff like this, it uh, definitely sucks to hear it. And I hope and I pray that they bounce back swiftly and quickly, and I hope it doesn't affect the outcome of their life, because I mean the homeless rate is up for a reason.
And you know it's
So
fucked up. It will affect some of their lives in many different ways, depression and all that shit, you know. So keep your mentals up. This shit's tough on a lot of people. You're not going through it alone. Um, yeah, man, it's real, man. People, you don't know how people handle certain situations and how it affects them and how important and how, like, you know, not even just on a monetary scale, like how important these jobs are to people, like just for their day to day, you know, giving them something to do. Oddly enough, it becomes like a part of their existence, their being. So for that, you know, that sucks too. Um, yeah, no, I feel for them.
me too. And to put this all in perspective, this comes from PCGamer.com. Um, it says 23-24
A lot of people.
has been absolutely brutal for the video game industry, which has seen deep layoffs and outright closures of studios of all sizes. More than 16,000 layoffs over the course of a single year, with no signs of slowdowns
No, it's not
as
over.
200, as 2000 or 2000 as 2024 progresses. Just last week, only a few months after laying off um, more than 1,900 employees across the gaming division, which itself happened just a few months after. They're talking about Microsoft, Activision Blizzard on this one. So they had laid off 1,900 employees too, um, after being acquired by Microsoft for 68.7 billion. So, but I mean, like I've said before, to be fair, if people that this isn't exclusive to gaming or anything like that, anytime a large acquisition happens shortly thereafter, or once they've gotten closer to bringing both companies together to make them one, you're going to start seeing layoffs. So anytime there's a huge bout of a company, layoffs are going to come for sure. Not saying it's okay, but that definitely is a trend of acquiring large companies, because you begin to downscale, because you don't need you don't need all the employees that came over from the acquisition. So, um, so I knew there would be layoffs there, but the gaming industry having 16,000 layoffs in a year, that's insane. That is a huge number. That is a huge number. 16,000 people,
Yeah, it's a
like
lot.
yeah,
It's a crazy.
it's been wild
Yeah,
this year. It's been
yeah.
wild.
Industries took
So
a hit for sure. Uh,
a big
Huge.
one, a massive one. But yeah, I definitely want to end the show off by saying, I wish everybody the best. Man, I hope and I pray that you guys bounce back. The economy is crazy right now. Gas prices is crazy right now. Food prices is crazy. Everything is up. Like, and nothing is showing any signs of slowing down or becoming cheaper. We're sending all this foreign aid, all these billions of dollars to all these other countries, and ain't doing shit for our own.
We
And it
said
really
sent
pisses
hella
me
money to
off.
build some bond. Man, listen, bro, we
It,
just sent money to, for you know what I'm saying. But
it,
we sell the money for foreign aid. We know why it's getting sent, but it's cool. We got problems at our own. But
right.
I thought the border was bad. But I thought this was bad. But I thought Flint don't got pipes still. I, all right,
They don't.
they
They
still don't
still
got
don't have
pipes.
clean
We
water,
simple problems like that, right? You would think don't make no sense.
that's
But
so wild.
whatever, whatever.
That shit is so wild. But y'all can tell, but y'all got all these billions to send to these.
Nah, it's all
It's so
bullshit.
wild to me.
Motherfuckers make up they want to arrest students and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stupid shit like that,
Yeah,
man. Like,
it definitely gives me a headache, and it really sucks. And I like always say they would never give somebody like me could never have the amount of money of Elon Musk or something like that because man, that money would for sure be going back into these communities for
they gonna
sure. I ain't gonna be able to spend all that fucking money by the time I die. Like, man, I'm sure gonna buy some fugazi frivolous shit for
yeah. I
sure,
mean, you have
but
enough money to do.
you
You
better
have enough money to
believe I'm
do
about to
that.
be out here
But there
like
definitely has
that.
to be a
That
reason.
would be my main
But there doesn't have
mission.
the reason why they don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Why motherfuckers like that don't do it? Because you would think, like, I mean, he got enough money to do this and do that. It's like, why they don't do it? You know?
Because motherfuckers is stingy.
Yeah, that.
Motherfuckers is stingy with their shit. I mean, to be fair, Bill Gates is over in Africa doing a lot of shit, but again,
Giving malaria. That's what they
the
say.
mindset. That's because that's what I was getting ready to say. It's like and that part too, but it's like,
Who knows?
but like we know like Oprah and stuff like that has built a school over there and all that other stuff. But it's like
Yeah, but she's also part of human trafficking.
don't don't get me wrong. It's like Africa needs those resources and they need that help. But y'all aren't any different than our government. Why you
Well, China's
know
already bought up
shit
Africa,
is going
so
down here?
we don't want to
Well,
get into
and
stuff
then
like
there's
that. But
fucking that.
whatever.
So
Africa's
yeah,
trash though, but
yeah, cause
it's the most has the most minerals on the planet. But, whatever, whatever. So everybody buying it
for
up.
my friend Mr. Hoodnerd,
Oh, hold on. Did I say
for
that before we go? Did I say that college football is not coming to PC? Yeah,
interesting.
college football is not coming to PC. I wanted to get that out there, so it's a console exclusive.
That's
Yeah, I
interesting.
just saw that.
That is
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't know.
I wonder how sports games do on PC.
I feel like it shouldn't matter
So
because Madden's on there now and 2K's on there, so it's like, FC's on there.
yeah, but how much money they make though? Shit, you can just throw that shit
I
anywhere.
wonder why it's not on there though, and maybe it's this year,
I'm
not this year, next year type of thing. Maybe they just wanted to focus on getting the game out.
yeah,
Who knows?
I'm thinking they want to see how
Yeah.
it does.
Well, I
That's
think
what
it's
I
gonna do
think. I think they
crazy.
try to
It's
see.
going whether it's good or bad, it's gonna do crazy. Whether it's good or bad, it's gonna do crazy for sure. College, if they do it half decent,
You know what? I would agree with that if it was 2K doing it, because people would want a different experience from a different developer. We know this shit is gonna be Madden. I mean,
well,
it's gonna. I mean, because
yeah,
to be fair to EA, even when
college
they did
football
have their
used to be
college
the
game,
one that would set the
it
precedent for
was
Madden. Yeah,
yeah,
college football was the
actually.
game that would have the features that Madden wouldn't, and then it would come to Madden later. So like maybe they're getting back to that, to where college football be the one that has all the ground breaking feature. But I don't know if this new era gamers gonna like
I
that.
almost guarantee you, bro. If this was 2K, I guarantee you this game would do
It
numbers.
also
Not saying that
it
it's
also would be
not,
predatory.
but I just think because so many people, I feel like people are hungry for a different take on
Yeah, because it's
football,
been one.
which is why I think this game is going to
Well,
do
it's why
good. Is
it's
because
dumb
it is
for the
it's going to give you a
NFL to
different take.
renew that license. They
But
should have left it open and left it to multiple people to buy, but this shit's too expensive. So it should have it to where multiple people can do a simulation game. It shouldn't just be one simulation. You can do a bunch of arcade. It's like, all right, bro, watered down. Y'all motherfuckers just need to stop buying Madden. Sorry. You can watch football on television or go play an old Madden. You don't need to have the updated roster, dog. Tell them they'll change if you stop buying it. I promise you. If you stop buying it, they'll be like, all right, man, we listening. 2K two. 2K is worse. Way worse. And MLB the show is right behind them.
the
Yeah,
Madden,
2K is worse. 2K might be the worst of them all now. They went from being like the crown prince to like, damn, the most corrupt, the most evil.
yeah, man.
Happens to them all.
I really wish this was 2K, but it's not. So, but however, on a positive note, this is not stopping 2K for. There's no exclusivity to none of this shit.
Yeah,
So
especially college sports.
2K can still make a
They
college
tried
game.
once.
So that is the beauty of it. I don't know if they will. I think that they should, since they can't get Madden. Go to the
Well, they're
next
working
best
on some
thing.
kind of football game.
Mm, mm. We'll
It's
wait
probably gonna be more like
and see.
NBA jams. It's probably gonna be like more like backyard football. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wouldn't I would I don't know. For some reason, I don't know if it's just me. I feel like arcade translate better in basketball than it does
you didn't like
football.
NFL Blitz?
Blitz is like Blitz and Tecmo Bowl are like the two exceptions.
But yeah, if done right,
I feel like
or like what
there's
about
I feel like
NFL
there's
Street?
been way more. NFL Street it was cool. It still never hit like NBA Street, and that's what they wanted, but it never hit like NBA. NBA Street is like a that game will be a cult classic for
Yeah, because there's a
forever.
culture behind street ball. There's no culture behind like outside football. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a whole like that's why they have Bobito. Like,
That and that's why I'm saying that's why
I don't know
there's
why I
like
try to cross. He's
there's
I
this
don't know
thing that
why I said
arcade basketball just has
cross.
that football basketball just doesn't, and I don't know if because they're realistically at the time that NBA Street was out, like, or that NBA Jams was out, like 2-on-2 was like a thing. There was even 2-on-2 tournaments and stuff like that, 3-on-3 tournaments, like those things were a thing. I don't know if that's maybe why it translates better. I don't know.
It can
I
be
just
done.
because Blitz was cool and NFL Street they were both good
I
games,
think no
but
one's tried to
nothing
make
has hit.
an arcade football game in the like a simcade.
Because like,
You get what I'm
what would
saying?
be what's the equivalent of somebody having handles in basketball and football?
Feet, feet, like off the line, like chop, chop, chop. You know what I'm saying? Like Stephon Diggs or like Devontae Adams, like, like fit footwork, like oh, like Ocho Cinco, like like oh man, like he basically like whooped him
But
off the line,
getting shook
or
with
the
a
running back,
basketball and doing those crazy tricks with
or like a
basketballs
running
is
back in the
just
open field, just choo-choo-choo, you know what I'm saying, Barry Sanders style, like choo choo choo, back. We don't. It's crazy. It's not a lot of backs that like are that shifty anymore. It's just not the kind of football that's played. But like, yeah, I think it could be done. I think they should do a.
yeah. I
I
don't know
think they
what it
should do a
is about.
simcade.
I can't put my finger on
I
it,
think it
but
should
something
be.
about basketball arcade games that translates better.
I ain't gonna say it's a better sport, but
Cause you can't jump 20 feet in the air, but in NBA Jam, it was like it
I mean,
worked.
it's a satisfying game. Basketball is a satisfying game. It's a more satisfying game than football because anybody can pick up a basketball and shoot it into a basket. Whether you're good or bad, you know the feeling of like taking the ball and throwing it at something and making it go through, right? Where football, not a lot of people throw things. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody's tried to like shoot something in the laundry basket. So I think it's like, you know what I'm saying? So like playing a video game and trying to shoot a basketball is kind of like a weird thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You never see somebody in the office place like go long, but people like kind of like shoot a jump shot. It's weird. It's innate psyche, and it's not even the most popular sport, but it's still like such. It's like a poetry to it because you never see somebody doing foot drills in at work. You never see somebody going like, but you do see people like, oh, Euro step, step back, step back. I think it'd be done.
Man,
I think a good
um,
simcade. I think a balance like you have like maybe powers or something like, but like, obviously players maybe have superpowers or something or power ups and but like it has some
well, there was this free to play game that was supposed to be coming. I don't know
it
what
has
happened to it. I
realism,
forgot what it was
but it
called.
also has like arcadiness to it. Like the hits are a little like crunchier or like, you know what I'm saying? Or like something to where it makes it a little bit more like it's not realistic. Like, you know what I'm saying? People can get powered up and shit like that. But it still feels like a game that you could play like a real football game, like a Madden, like a 2K, that a former 2K. You know what I'm saying? But it has like arcadeness. They should try that. Just take
Mm,
their formula of sports and just add like a little bit of like, you know, arcadeness to it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, side note.
well, yeah, no, we definitely going to see. Like I said, there was a game that Shady McCoy was a part of. Forgot what it was called now. It was a lot of hype behind it at
Oh,
one
that
point, and I haven't heard anything from it
the
since.
Chinese game. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. The free to play. I forgot what happened with that.
I
Me
haven't heard anything
neither.
about it. And I can't remember what it was called. I have to go on my TikTok because I have bookmarked a couple of the videos to so I could go back to those pages and see if they've updated any news on it. But it had caught some steam for a hot second, and haven't heard
Yeah, I
nothing
haven't heard
since.
anything about
So,
that either. That's crazy. I forgot about that game.
but uh, but yeah, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. If you're on
Mhm.
YouTube, if you guys are catching clips on social media, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. We don't have to say it. You hear this shit all day long when you're on these videos. So do what you do. Support the
Click the
brand.
link.
For my guy Hoodnerd
Click the
in
thing.
Oakland,
Click the thing somewhere.
California.
Where's it at? Somewhere. One of these things. Click those buttons down there. Even if it's a thumbs down, click that one. These are for podcast listeners. This is for the people that are watching on video. So I'm trying to specify the difference so you can hear and see and learn in different. Okay, so do that. Click all the shits.
Make it do what it do, baby.
What he
Uh,
said.
until next week's podcast, we appreciate you guys. Have an amazing
Yes, yes.
weekend. What is it? There's nothing. There's nothing this weekend. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the
Belated.
mothers. Totally forgot to say that in last week's
Yeah.
podcast. But happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Shout out to all the mommies out there. Um, and yeah, for my guy Hood Nerd, I am one of your hosts, DLB. We appreciate you guys. Until next week, have an amazing weekend. We're out of here. Two of these. Peace for those on audio.
Goodbye.
I'll be forgetting about the people on audio now. You know,
Yeah, you know
video.
how that go. Sorry, y'all.